So in this video, I'm going to give you the cheat codes to becoming an above average man in today's world. There's a lot of guys out here, okay? And social media, the internet has made everything, much more competitive in a sense when it comes to women, when it comes to making money, but there's also great opportunity because so many guys are out here distracted, wasting their time. And so for you, if you want to become an above average man, I'm going to give you 3 things in this video that you can do that I wish I had known literally when I was probably 17, 18, that would have completely changed my life. So watch the full video and pay attention to these steps. The first thing that's important to understand as a man in today's society is that we all have such low testosterone, okay? And testosterone is really important because it is what kind of drives the male, right? It is that as the male hormone that essentially makes you more confident, makes you more aggressive, and makes you go out there and get what you want. And a lot of us have such low T because, for example, we were raised in single parent households. We have all this stuff in the water. There's a constant this agenda to come after us and lower our testosterone because if you can do that, you're easier to control. So we need to say, fuck that basically. And I'm going to give you some of the keys that you can do to increase your testosterone because let's just say, there's a girl that you really like. There's a girl out there that you really like. You want to attract her, but you don't feel confident. You feel just so worried about what could happen, and maybe you just don't have the motivation or drive to really go out there and do anything. Well, I'm telling you right now, bro, a big part of that is because you have low testosterone. So some of the things that you can do in order for you to change this position that you're in life right now is you can start actually going to the gym and working out. So when I first started getting into the gym and started working out, I didn't even know or understand anything about testosterone. But a lot of guys say, oh yeah, I'm going to build an attractive physique, I'm going to get lean and muscular, and that's going to attract women. And, it really does help you with attracting girls, and it helps you, attract that girl that you really want. But the reality is this. It's not just the looks. It's not just the muscle. The reality is a big part of it is the fact that you're increasing your testosterone. So when you increase your testosterone, you become more confident, you become more masculine. And that is what is really important. That's the kind of key. So you want to start working out, whether that be at home, whether that be, just in the gym lifting weights. You want to be doing some sort of thing where you are building muscle, okay, and losing fat, because that will help you increase your testosterone, which helps you become more attractive, right? And it helps actually, women can literally sense this, okay? I know you might not believe me. You might, oh, dude, what are you talking about? But I'm telling you, dude, when you increase your testosterone, women can literally sense that, and they will be attracted to you, okay? They will be attracted to you, and you will be more confident in literally everything that you do. So that's the first step, is you need to be focusing on increasing your testosterone via exercising. That's one of the easiest ways to do it and increase your testosterone as a guy. The other way is to make sure that you're actually eating the proper diet. You don't want to be eating all these processed foods, all this junk food. Now, obviously, I'm not unrealistic. You can still eat junk food here and there, but you need to start changing up your diet where you're not just binging all this crap all the time. Processed foods. You want to be eating whole foods, bro, like red meat, right? Fruits, vegetables. You want to actually eat real food because that will help you increase your testosterone. So that's the number one thing that I wish I had known. And if I had known this, because I was growing up, I was kind of this more introverted, kind of shy person. And I didn't really have that motivation and drive unless I was, playing video games. Then I was obsessed. I'd be playing for 10 hours, trying to get through, every level, trying to become the best player. And so all my energy was fueled into that. But part of the reason why I was kind of a little bit more on the shy side, a little more introverted, is because, there's people who have that personality, but it was also because my testosterone was really low. And so once I started to get into the gym, everything started to change for me because my testosterone started to increase. So don't sleep on this. This is one of the number one things you can do to start to become above average, because most guys out here have really low T. So now that you understand how important testosterone is, let's talk a bit about your mental health, right? Your mindset. Because it's really important that you improve the mental side. I know a lot of us guys don't really think about this, but if you have bad mental health, how do you think that's going to work in terms of your interactions with other people, especially when it comes to women? A lot of guys get in toxic relationships, or, they might get with a girl for a little bit, but it doesn't work out. And a lot of the times, bro, the reality of why that happens, what I realized is your mental health sucks. So you're out here trying to find this girl, right, that you want to be with, and you're like, oh, why can't, I find this girl that I can settle down with, and we can just have a good relationship. And it's like, dude, your mental health is trash. Or maybe you just can't even find a girl, or you just really struggle in the dating market. You struggle to really do anything in terms of your life when it comes to goals. Your mental health is trash, bro. It really is. It really is. And I know you may not believe me, but okay, that's fine. But you're watching this video, and I'm telling you, you got to take some of this information that I've learned over time. There's nothing there's nothing that's going to happen to you by trying to implement this information, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but at least you can actually take it and apply it. So when it comes to your mental health, that's basically when, to break that down in a simpler sense so you understand what that is, it's like when you feel depressed or you feel lost or anxious or anxiety or being like nervous all the time, or you have anger issues, these are all symptoms of your mental health, right? Your mental health is kind of just a sort of measurement of how you feel on a day-to-day basis. So if you want to improve your mental health, one of the best things that you can do, and this is really something that's changed my life, is you can start to get rid of your bad habits and start to implement some of your good habits. So, the common bad habits that all of us deal with is like the internet addiction, right? There's basically 4 key things. So your obsession with video games, right? If you're constantly playing video games, if you're constantly on social media, if you're really accustomed to and have a habit of watching porn, right? That's not good. If you're constantly watching Netflix or TV, all of these things, okay? These are just some of the things, and these are just part of the internet addiction. These things will actually ruin your mental health, which is a problem because when you're out here trying to talk with women, you're out here trying to communicate with people and live basically a better life, you need to have good mental health, because like attracts like. If you have bad mental health, you are going to also attract people into your life who have bad mental health and who are on that negative vibration, and you really don't want that, because I think you're better off being alone than having a bunch of people with really bad mental health in your situation, because it literally drives you insane. It's like, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter how good you look. If you have bad mental health, dude, and you're suffering from that, and then you start attracting people who have bad mental health, like, dude, you are screwed. You are screwed. It's life just becomes so difficult. So getting rid of some of these bad habits, right? And obviously cutting down on, the weed, alcohol, any types of drugs or caffeine you're doing will greatly improve your testosterone as well, and your mental health. But basically, if you can do these things, if you can start to cut out some of these bad habits, or at least really limit them and replace them with good habits. See, it's not just about completely cutting out all these things and then not doing anything. You need to actually replace these bad habits with good habits. So a lot of times on this channel, I've talked about it before a million times. Some of the good habits you can start to do to kind of rewire your brain is and to get into that higher vibrational state where you can start to attract the right people into your life and the right situations into your life, would be meditation, right? Meditation is just a really good thing to do no matter what. It helps you in your mental health, your physical health, your money, your relationships, everything. Start to meditate, start to journal and be more introspective of your life. Exercising, obviously, number one. If you aren't exercising every day, and I know we covered this earlier with the testosterone, but if you're not exercising every day, bro, I don't know what you're doing, but really that's one of the biggest things you can do to improve your mental health, is to exercise every day. And so if you can do that, replace those things, the journaling, the meditation, exercise, and sleep. If you can do those things, your mental health will drastically improve. Because for me, dude, I used to be addicted to all these things, okay? The internet addiction, I was addicted to all these things. I would spend all my time doing them. And it just really affected me in a negative way. You have a lot of self-doubt. You have a lot of issues with confidence. You have a lot of anger, anxiety. A lot of negative emotions arise from doing these things and these bad habits and not doing the positive ones. So if you can just start to swap those out, then you will notice that your life will start to change in an amazing way. And when you actually improve your mental health in that way, you are actually better suited to attract that girl that you want to have, right? Or start that business that you want to start, or make more money, or do whatever it is that your goal is. You're in a much better position now because mentally you're not so messed up. All right, so step number 3 is going to be to actually get good at being social. Now, I know this is a kind of a controversial thing, because within our space, if you look around, if you're into personal development and self-improvement and things, you might have heard before a lot of people saying, oh, go do this monk mode thing, or go do this thing where, you're not really in contact with people and you're just working on yourself. And while that can work for a time, if you need to get really focused, you're going on some crazy detox or something like that, and you need to cut yourself off from the world, I understand that. But part of self-improvement and part of, becoming the best man that you can be is to actually be good socially, right? Is to actually have good relationships, is to actually spend time with people, and to get outside, get off of YouTube and social media, and to actually talk with real people in real life. And a lot of people, think that the whole social side of self-improvement is not self-improvement. And they're like, oh, well, you're just wasting time with people or whatever. But it's not true at all. Like, there are so many guys out there who don't really go to the gym, they don't do anything, but they're really good with people, and you notice they're happy, right? They're living good lives. If you are a guy who's lonely right now, that is literally dangerous to your health. And so I think it's really important, especially if you're someone who spends a ton of time on social media or video games or whatever, and you don't really have a thriving social circle, or you don't have that woman that you want to be with, or your dating life kind of sucks. It's really important if you feel lonely to try to fix that, because it's literally dangerous to your health. Like, they've done studies showing, bro, where like if you're lonely and you feel negative about that, it's almost like smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Like, no cap. Like, it literally, because it raises your cortisol levels, it makes you like in a state of stress and anxiety, which actually has a physical, biological like impact on your body in a negative way, where you will start to actually possibly get diseases, and you'll start to just deal with all of these physical problems because of that anxiety and that stress. So if you feel lonely, right, or if you don't have the social life you want to have, it's really important to work on that. It really is, because I know from my own experience growing up, I've told the story before on the channel, but throughout high school, a lot of high school, I was actually homeschooled, right? And so I was pretty socially isolated because I wasn't part of like some big homeschool group, right? I was a little more on the socially isolated, and I had some friends who were also homeschooled, but it wasn't like this big social circle that you see in college and high school and things like that. And so if you're struggling with that, okay, and you're kind of in that sort of position, or you're going to school right now, or you're in college or something like that, and you just don't have friends, or you just don't have a girl, it really is an issue that you need to face and you need to focus on. Okay, I know you might say, oh, well, I'm an introvert, bro. I'm an introvert. I don't like, bro, stop the cap. Everybody needs like at least to have like a friend and a partner, right? Like it's very rare that you're going to be a human being who's okay with being completely socially isolated. And this is one of the biggest problems in our society right now for our generation is Gen Z is like, we're all connected. We're more connected than we've ever been before, right? In terms of the internet, but we're more socially isolated than we've ever been before in terms of community, and in terms of, men and women being able to connect with each other, and even just finding other guys out there who aren't complete, just like, just giving up on life is definitely difficult, right? You have to find the right types of like-minded guys, because it's not worth, and this is the hard thing, you don't want to just go out and make friends with just people who are going nowhere in life, because then they're just going to drag you down, right? And you would have been better off actually being alone. So I understand it's kind of this hard catch 20, is it catch 22? Yeah, catch 22, where it's like you need to have the social life, right? And you need to figure that out. But then you don't want to associate with people who are going to drag you down. And this happens a lot with us guys is, we have that feeling of just being so lonely that we go out and we spend time with people that we shouldn't be spending time with, right? And so this is the big sort of problem of our generation, is the social aspect. So I want to bring that up just because I know a lot of guys who are on self-improvement or within this space of personal development. A lot of times they'll be like, oh, screw women, screw hanging out with other people, just focus on yourself, go monk mode, just go to the gym, come home, make sure you're eating right, getting enough sleep, work on your business, and don't talk to anybody. And it's like, dude, that's not a healthy life. That is not the way that you want to be living. Trust me. So these are the 3 things that you can do to start to change your life right now. And if you do these things and you start working on these things on a day-to-day basis, you will rise above the average man, and you will stand out, and you will be able to, attract the women that you want, attract the money you want, the social circle you want, the friend group you want. But you have to remember, if you want these things, you have to work on yourself. This is not just going to come to you. You have to work on yourself. You have to become that kind of guy. And if you focus on these things, you will become that kind of man, right? You will. But if you don't, and you just sit where you are right now, nothing will change. Actually, things will change. Your life will get worse. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Your life will continually get worse, because things that you don't work on degrade over time. Things that you don't improve just get worse over time. There's no such thing as just sitting there and being at maintenance, bro. If you just sit at maintenance for long enough, you're going to actually start to lower and lower and lower and lower. So take these things seriously, bro. I don't want you to be caught up in this sort of a situation where you're stuck in a horrible, position in life. And if you want to access the free courses, if you want to find other guys and join the community, it's all free. First link in the description. Check it out. It's going to be available for now. So if you want to hop in there, check out that first link in the description. I've got free courses on all the things that I've talked about, and I keep creating new material and adding new videos into the membership site and everything. So check it out if you want to. Otherwise, that's going to be it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this. Let me know what you're struggling with the most right now on your journey to greatness, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.